All right, let's try this screen share thing. Good evening. All right, so let's do this. Video file. I don't know if this will work or not. Let's go to desktop. There we go. Let's try this. There we go. My cheesy little intro. Did it work?
Yeah.
It worked? Okay. Good evening. All right, we got some people in here. What's up? It's open forum, so we can talk whatever you want. I might put the link up to the StreamYards if I figure out how to do that. I forgot how to do that. I did it once. So, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again. Hopefully we'll figure it out. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so it's Saturday night. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys, it's starting to warm up around here. It is actually warmer now than it was at 5 o'clock this morning. It's 46 degrees. It was like in the 20s this morning with a wind chill of 10. But things are getting a little bit better. Tomorrow's Sunday, just in case you've lost track of your days. We'll get some people in here, and then maybe we'll put a link out there. I know my live feeds, sometimes they do well on Saturday night, sometimes they don't. There we go. We got some people in here. Okay, let's do some shout outs here. We got Salt Life Cruising. Stuart Warby, what's up? GNC Family Trucking, hello Snorelord and all. Eddie Drotar, what's up? Hail Rider TV, what's happening? Nothing Witty is in the house. Cash is King is trucking. Cash is King trucking. Hey now, what's up? Thanks for your membership. Matt K, good evening. VP of Safety and Operation. Yep. Today was an easy day. Let's see. We've got Desert Okie Pam. What's up? Let's see. We got Eddie Drotar, Nomadic Brit. What's up? Good to see you. I heard the two Brits got together today. Surprised you guys didn't cause a re-revolution. Looking at Truck and Pro videos, been using profit gauges, but thinking of switching. Cash is King. There's a little bit of learning curve. If I was better at this StreamYard thing, I would show you how to do that. But here's the thing. Ray is very, very awesome. Like if you have any questions, you can call him personally, and he will guide you through it. He'll even use that remote computer thing like the scammers use, but he won't scam you. And will actually help you fix things. I had an issue last year where I thought I wiped out my whole deal. But I will say this, if you use Truck and Pro, make sure that you back that up. So what I did was after I updated the program, updated my numbers, I would use a thumb drive. I would back it up on it, and I would throw it in a drawer, and then I would back it up on a second thumb drive and have it with me on the truck in my briefcase. So, but Truck and Pro, it definitely has its advantages. But if you use my code, it'll actually help save you a little bit of money. SA10. We can write that right here. SA10. Oops. I don't know how to type. There you go. And I get a little bit of kickback for that, but you know, this year I switched to for 2021. I did switch to Truck and Office, only because it's cloud based. Because my computer's not long for this world. So, but anyways, Ray's a really cool dude. He definitely backs things up. So, let's see. Hey, I'm eating late dinner in Kingdom City. When I get back to the truck, I'll be back in. All right, Teddy. They still have an iron skillet there at the Kingdom City. Overtax Minnesota, what's up, Dave? I always lose track of my days. Yep, I do too. Trucker Lisa, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. Remember for 3 months. Thank you, Cash King. I really appreciate that. TJ Jones, what's up? Stuart McCorkindale, third Brit here. Man, I'm popular with the English, right? You know, and I am of complete English descent. My last name will tell you that. I believe I had relatives that, you know, past great grandfathers that worked on the Statue of Liberty when they brought it over to the, you know, to New York, and all my bloodline is based around Connecticut. And yeah, and now I haven't done that DNA check thing, but based off of my name and my you know, my eyes, you know, I don't know. I'd be surprised if I have any Viking in me whatsoever. But you know, hey. So let's see. Rick, Thumb Who, Thumb Drive. Now there is 3 of them. We let one hang out. Now they're multiplying. They are multiplying. I appreciate the information. I got your code SA10. Cash is king. Good deal, man. Good deal. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate that. We try to tell it like it is. And look, so if I had to compare a Trucking Office with Trucking Pro, the advantage of Trucking Pro, it's a little bit simpler program once you get situated with it, but it will tell you your cost down to the 100th of a cent. It will get insane. Trucking Pro is a little bit more, you know, looser on that. Now, one thing about Trucking Pro that you have to know is that I keep a notebook, right? Let's see if I can bust that notebook out. And I suggest this for any owner operator. Actually, I've been doing this since I was a company driver. Let's see if I can do. Okay, here's a good idea. So this is my notebook, right? On this notebook, at the very bottom, I got my beginning odometer, the odometer when I got to my shipper, and then the ending odometer. And I do that for every single load. And I write this all down because I'm not entering as I'm doing it, right? Sometimes you get in a hurry, and I'll write it while I'm at the dock. But this is what Jeff called the Snore book, right? And what it does is it allows you to enter all the information later. So I write down my shipper, I write down the pickup number in a different pen color. I use one of those multicolored pens. I write down the broker, of course, and then the consignee is in blue instead of black. And then I write down my deadhead miles, my loaded miles, my total miles. So like this particular load, I did for $950 before Jeff's cut. After Jeff's cut, it was $760, and it paid $257 a mile before Jeff and $205 a mile after Jeff. And it was literally a one-day run. Well, I picked it up at 9:30 at night, and then I delivered it at 3 a.m. the next day. So kind of a one-shot deal. And then also what happens is I have my own load number on the top there that I use. And so like, let's say Jeff calls me and goes, hey, I need to look at load such and such. What did you do? I've got all the notes. Like I can tell you that on October 28th, I did a load from Kansas City to Springfield to load of pallets. You know, so, and I don't have a device on me to tell you that. So I highly suggest writing everything down. Is it redundant? Yeah, maybe. But I don't print out the rate cons. They are stored. But, you know, and then the other advantage of this is, let's say I want to do another one of these loads. I can look back at it and say, okay, I did this load for, like, here's a load, Tulsa to Sedalia. I did it for 1125. So when I call the broker, I'm like, hey, the last time I did this load for you was 1125. We need to be around there, right? And so it keeps a good history of loads, you know, and a lot of times I'll have friends call me, hey, have you been to that shipper and such and such? Yeah, let me look it up. and I can look it up, and then I'll write even like little notes of like, was the shipper good? You know, that way I can look back. What?
Hi to Nomadic Brit because he said hi to me.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know how he knew I was looking at the chat, but hello, sir.
Well, because I talked to you while you were.
Oh, did you say something to me? Because I was messing with one.
Oh, well, probably earlier he was,
okay.
you know, because when I was asking about my video.
Oh,
So, anyways, so I am a stickler about that because I'm not the guy that's on the computer every day when it comes to running my own business. Now I've had to do that while I'm home for obviously for safety, and I was entering, you know, I'm learning the Axis system for like trucking, so I'm actually been entering loads. And then once we get a dispatch side going, I'll be entering stuff into Ascend. So the computer will be. I'm thinking about buying a new computer this year, anyways. Um, so something a little bit more powerful. This thing's like, you know, 8 years old and all that. So the but I write everything down. I'm old school like that. And then it kind of gives me a gauge. And then also what I also do, okay, there's something else I do. You guys in your per diem, right? I have a little calendar thing and I write down the days that I was out on the road completely, the days that I came home or left, which is only half a day when it comes to your tax accounting, and then the days I have off. And it kind of gives me a gauge of how many days I'm working a month, right? So it's funny, whenever our old ELD system wasn't great at keeping track for 70 hours. And so Jeff actually paid, like reimbursed us for this app that you can put on your phone to track your hours. It's like a time calculator. And what was interesting is that I didn't download it. I didn't need that app because I had this thing. I had this little book. And what happens is on the T680s, there's like a cubby hole above you. I've got two clips, and I have this literally where I could see it from a glance. So if I'm sitting there at a dock in the driver's seat, I call a broker, I can see, um, you know, the dates, right? And so what I used to have to do is I used to write down my hours because I would need to know if I needed, you know, to watch my hours if I was getting close to my 70. So writing things down old school does help a little bit. So for those of you that are starting out and you don't want to use a computer program, you don't want to learn that, if that's intimidating to you, at least put stuff down on pen and paper, because the first year of running as an owner operator, I didn't do that. But the second year, I started writing stuff down. And when I did, and I finally did some math, I was like, oh, we've got problems. Houston, we have a problem. And, you know, next thing you know, I switched companies, got a different truck, things started to look up. And then I got into the computer stuff. So, anyways, I know that was kind of a long drawn out, but hey, you know, I'm always looking for something to talk about, right? You know, people have made fun of me for my snore book, but I've done that kind of notebook since the first day I've been truck driving because that's how my trainer trained me. So even when I was a company driver, I wouldn't do the revenue, of course. I wouldn't do the deadhead miles. Actually, I would, but only to know how long it took there. And then when I was at Schneider, I would actually do estimated deadhead and loaded miles and then actual, just to see what the difference was. Because those of you that were at Schneider or are at Schneider, you know that some of their deadhead miles some of their mileages is off. Like for example, if you do a load from Joplin, Missouri, no, I take it back. If you do a load from Springfield, Missouri to Clarksville, Arkansas, it's gotten you cutting through the woods in Arkansas. Well, you're not going to do that. You're going to go down to, it's easier to go down to 49 to 40 and cut across. So, and obviously that adds about another 60 miles, right? So there's a lot of stuff, especially when you get into Georgia, Tennessee, and up in the Northeast. The mileage that Snyder had was always off, always, always, always. So I always like kept track of the actual miles, so I knew what my profit margin was for each. We have to look for a new ELD. Okay, Teddy. So Iron Skillet does this. Well, good. I'm glad to see that a couple of them. And that was one of the better ones, if I remember correctly. It's a shame they got rid of their breakfast buffet, because on the keto thing, what I would do is I would go in there and get the breakfast buffet to go and then throw it in the fridge. And then that would be my lunch. So you have to look for another ELD. Dave, I'm all about Samsara, although it may, you'll have to look at the pricing for one truck operation. Trucking with T-Bone, good evening. Tennessee Trucking, good evening. Yo, Lotus Snore, I use Trucking Pro. It's easy to use and will do the things you need to give you all the important data. Yeah, and the important part is having. See, if you write everything down, you don't have to enter it every day, right? Because some of us don't ride around with those laptop stands in the truck or whatever. And when you're getting paid every day, so you have to kind of develop your own strategy with it. But Trucking Pro is great in the sense that it will give you your cost down to the 10th of a cent. And then when you want to, of a mile, right? So what you do is you take total revenue of the month, and you can kind of see what your costs were by the day. You can see what your revenue was for the day, and it will track more. I know people that run their authorities with it, which that might be a little bit much, but I do highly recommend Trucking Pro. This is the first year I didn't use it, and the main reason why I switched was because I knew that I'd be going into this position at Like Trucking, and so I needed to learn Trucking Office because that's what Jeff was using at the time. Well, of course, he switched to Axis, and now I'm having to learn that. But Axis and Trucking Office are very similar, and Trucking Pro. So once you learn one program, so the biggest advantage of Trucking Office is the cloud base, right? But saving all your stuff, there's some difficulties with that. So every month I do a P&L and have it printed out, and I keep a physical copy of it. That's just me. I'm just paranoid because I don't trust technology. You did the DNA thing, TJ? What are you? The British Invasion, the trucking version. There you go. You guys brought us good heavy metal, so why not, right? I bleed red, white, and blue, so then British are okay in my book. Thomas Wilson, what's up, man? We're going to do an interview with Thomas Wilson someday. So DIY, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. $5. Membership's available. Hit the join button. Thank you. I truck so little, now I can do all my book work on one sheet of paper. LOL. You know what? I'm almost there, Provost. I'm almost there. Let's see. Notebooks are also good for writing out doc numbers, pickup numbers, seal numbers. Yeah, and that's what I do, Stuart. That's what I do. I learned in CDL school. I had a really good instructor there too. I wasn't one of these run-of-the-mill CDL mill places. These guys were actually pretty good, and they taught us that always have a small pad of paper, have something that will fit in your pocket like this, and when you go to a truck show, you get all kinds of free pens and notebooks and little notebooks like I got this from Pale Rider. I got this little CalArc. It's even got its own cute little pen, and I'm a notebook fiend, right? So writing things down, that way if your electronics fail, you're good, right? Because I can't tell you how many times I'll use a perfect example. So when I was a company driver, the Qualcomm would tell me the address, right? And I would write down that address. And then I would use the GPS on the Qualcomm. Well, our Qualcomm had the habit of literally 10 miles before you get to your address, it blanks out. So now you're like literally driving in the dark. You don't know where you're going. You don't remember the address. And a friend of mine, he flew like that. He did that, right? And I told him, I said, you need to write this stuff down. He goes, why? Because I don't trust electronics. Well, sure enough, I'm on the phone with him one day, and he calls me up. He goes, oh, crap. I'm like, what? He's like, my Qualcomm just went out. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be. And so that writing things down, there's nothing wrong with that. Recycle the paper, you're good to go. But I appreciate you, DIY. You've also got a great channel. I really appreciate information. Cash is King. He's also got a great channel. Nomadic Brit's also got a great channel. There's so many great channels here. Provost, one of these days I'm going to interview Pigtail. He's a great person to talk to. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to business. And he also will back me up on the Samsara. Provost, how are you doing? My government one was maroon in color, but now I have a blue one. What are you talking about?
We're talking about passports.
Oh, passports. Okay. I don't have a passport.
There's a whole conversation about passports.
Okay, I appreciate that. So, Blacktop Coffin, what's up? You have my number, Chucky. Yeah, I called Provost just a couple of days ago, Chucky. I still, Pale Rider, I think I have a couple of these because you're passing these out like candy. I still have some of your business cards too. Huh?
We still have this
Yeah,
handy
check it out.
dandy CalArc blanket.
Yeah.
Where's the logo on it?
It's on the other side.
Oh, okay, well,
No.
somewhere. I don't know. There it is. It's on the corner.
Yeah. Look. There you go,
It's a
Pale Rider.
CalArc blanket. It's upside down.
Let's see if I got my CalArc. Or not my CalArc, my Pale Rider business card. I don't.
We used to have CalArc crayons somewhere in this house, but I don't think we have those anymore.
Yeah, we might have finally got rid of them. But yeah, Pale Rider one year was passing out stuff for the GATs, and he gave us mugs and blankets and notebooks and crayons. He was putting his little Pale Rider TV business card on them. And I believe there was a truck stop I was in, and I did see one of those cards, Pale Rider. So Blacktop are using Samsara, good deal. I love Samsara. I mean, it's had a couple of glitches here and there, but what ELD system hasn't, right? And so once it updated, everybody was good. But I've had to call support twice, and each time they solved my problem just like that. So 70 here in Florida. Yeah, you don't need blankets where you're at. But I know I've been busy after getting the virus over the holidays. But I appreciate that, DIY. I'm heading to Florida next week. Can't wait to thaw out. I hopefully the 12th I'll be running, and I don't know. I might take a long load down to Florida and go hang out with Provost because I'm tired of this weather already. I've been seeing a lot of pileups and wrecks, and we had our share here in Springfield a couple of days ago with the bad weather. But the part I don't like is the bitter cold. Now, if it's 30 degrees or 25 degrees and it's snowing, that's not too bad. But when it's like 10 degrees or 0 degrees and it's snowed, I mean, the salt doesn't melt that stuff. I mean, it just, it doesn't number on the truck. It doesn't number on your batteries. It doesn't number on all your, rubber and plastic parts. And of course on your fuel filters. And it's just that kind of cold. I just, so Mrs. Snorelord is sorting everything. Yeah, she's full.
Yeah, I'm doing laundry right now.
She's folding laundry. I'm playing on the internet while she's folding laundry. That's the life I lead. But it's 19 and freezing wind. Oh man, Nick, that sucks. What's up, Missouri brother? In Allentown, PA, 11,300 this week. Heck of a way to start the year. Excellent, Nick. I used to go up to Allentown all the time. I used to go to, I want to say Phillipsburg. Right before, like literally right when 71 or 81 and 78 would split. There was a Crayola and a Sherwin-Williams. We go into Sherwin-Williams there all the time. And then we'd pick up out of Allentown. We would pick up out of there. Sometimes we'd deliver in Allentown. There's a grocery receiver there. They used to let you park there overnight. I don't know if they still do or not. I know that it was kind of a hiding place because they didn't check the trucks that came in. Over there, I think, kind of by Nestle Water, I believe. But I haven't been in that area in quite a bit. Yeah, it's 45, I think, here right now. So, but yeah, we definitely had our share of single digits earlier this week. Got to protect your equipment. You get caught up in the weather of a wreck, you could be down for a while. Now, Stuart, you bring up a good point. So, I have friends that were stuck in some of these interstate shutdowns for 2 or 3 days, and I had a friend of mine. This is years ago. His truck went idle past 5 minutes because of how the company had it set up, and his APU went out, and they shut down. I think it was 81 there in Pennsylvania. No, it was 80 somewhere around Albany, New York, whatever interstate that's up there. Is that 94? I can't remember. I haven't been up there in years. And for 3 days, he would try to idle his truck, run the heat, and he said it was miserable. And he had no food, he had no water, and he had to rely on the kindness of others to have food and water. And so I'm always have a couple of days of food, always have a few gallons of water on your truck, have the proper winter gear. I've got these gloves that are rated for 50 below zero. I've got those ice cleats that Schneider used to give us. I have some really good winter gear in the truck, and I've always got at least 2 weeks worth of food during the shutdowns when you couldn't get into a truck stop for the most part, to get food or whatever. I had 2 weeks worth of food on my truck, and it's a little bit harder to stay keto when you're dependent on non-perishable like canned goods and stuff. So it's more of a dirty keto or just low carb, but that's what I did, not knowing. And then have a thing in there. Like some guys have a portable toilet, and other guys just they wing it. But you have to have those things just in case your truck, because you could have a breakdown, right? You could be out in the mountains somewhere and have a breakdown, and that's actually happened to me. I had in my Peterbilt. I had a breakdown. I got to a truck stop, luckily, and the truck shut down. And if that truck stop had not been 24 hours, it would have gotten dangerous for me because at that time it was like 30 below zero. It was up in there near Gary, Indiana. And that was one of the hardest, most miserable times I've ever had as a truck driver. And it took about 24 hours for that truck. I mean, I was downright almost, ready to end it all kind of level. It was bad. The other bad part as an owner operator was when I had the fire on the truck. So, but always, always have a backup plan, emergency stuff. I keep a medical first aid kit. I have rubbing alcohol. I have hydrogen peroxide. I have food, water. I could get in my truck today and run for a month straight and not have to go to the store. That's how well stocked I keep the truck. Wait a minute. -21 Friday morning. Yeah, Dave, you need to hurry up and get out of there. Small ice storm rolled through Indiana and eastern Illinois today. We got a little bit of that, Burger. It wasn't bad, though, for us. Shannon, good evening. I'm headed south and back up north again as I will sort the Brits between the girls. That's funny. Jeff is in the house. Truckers Education Network. Start over. There's no excuse for being poorly. Porta potty is a must, says Provost. Oh, prepared. Burger, same thing over in Davenport, Iowa as well. 8178 split is Fredericksburg. Thank you. Phillipsburg's up near Clearfield. So yeah, it was Fredericksburg. Thank you for correcting me, Mr. Pennsylvania. It was Pennsylvania, so it's all blur these days. I haven't been up there in like a couple of years, I think. I snowmobile at -20. Yeah, but you have heated suits and like some $1,000 heated helmet and stuff. I had that idle thing with the company truck, so I left it in gear and then it idled. And Dave, I my friend didn't know that trick. Now, so I also suggest people having wheel chocks. So you can just chalk the wheels and leave the truck, in neutral and push in the air brakes, right? That's another little trick, right? The storm was a quick hitter, Chucky, but it sucked. I got caught in it. Chad, what's up? Good evening. Just keep a Skidoo Absolute Zero snowmobile jacket and bibs. You won't get cold, right? I bought these insulated boots when I went hunting. Those things are awesome. Man, I can't. The best $60 I ever spent. I think it was like $120 is what I spent on those. Master of Truck Cooking, what's up, my man? Baby Gravy, what's up? That's a unique name. I kind of know what that means. We haven't cooked in the truck in quite a while because I haven't been in the truck for quite a while. I keep 7 days worth of stuff, Shannon. That's smart. Yeah, but Jeff, you had hand warmers, electric socks, and vest and movers. Yeah, he's very spoiled. I had it for a little bit, but been parked most of the day. Pick up tomorrow. Van drivers are a bit girly compared to us tanker drivers, just saying. You'll be coming to Keystone soon to eat meatballs. You never know. There was a load over Christmas that was paying, I want to say close to $6,000 or over. I think it was like $6,700 to go up to Carlisle. So Jeff's going to hang out at your house. But yeah, I mean, I tell new guys that don't have a whole lot of money, don't have a fridge, maybe you work for a crappy company, won't let you cook on the truck, at least have a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter. I mean, yeah, I know it's not keto, but you got to have some sustenance. You got to have some food. We love your truck cooking videos on my stream. Looking forward to some more. Well, good deal, Gravy. I bought an air fryer that's actually in the truck. It's kind of small, though. It's very small and it's pink. It's very girly. And I got rid of the lunchbox cooker because it started a fire. So I've been using the Hot Logic Mini and the Foreman grill. Got this little tiny Foreman grill you can fit about 2 burger patties on. And that's primarily, but most of the time my cooking's a Hot Logic Mini or a crock pot. I did put a crock pot back in my truck. And that's great because you can do a whole roast in that. Use the bag so there's no mess. Season it the way you want, and you got a meal for a couple of days. Got to go to Pittsburgh. I think for $7,000 you go to Carlisle. Burger, you got to come to Michigan for some steak. So let's see if this will happen here. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Fran, what's up? I always keep a can of protein powder just in case. I used to do that, Shannon, but most protein powders are soy-based, and I'm trying to avoid soy as much as possible. I hit the jackpot coming east over the holidays. 17,000 Kashmir, Washington to Bethlehem, PA. I've done 29K since Boxing Day. Why work while the rates are high? Stuart, that's awesome. I am seeing some crazy rates come out of the Pacific Northwest and the West, actually out of California. I was looking at Facebook and somebody was talking about 14,000 to go from, I think, California to Indiana. So I mean that's really good. So I have 2 weeks worth of New York strip and sides on the truck. The hardest thing to keep is my vegetables. Galans makes an air fryer, oven, microwave. It works good. Salads are a challenge because if you're using a 12-volt cooler in this time of year, it's going to freeze everything because it goes 30 degrees below ambient. So if it's 60 in your truck, you're freezing everything. All right, let's see what we got here. Look at that, Mr. Pale Rider TV. How's it going?
Is this my live stream or is it yours?
Yeah. Let's see if I can get you turned up here. I can barely hear you because our heater's on. So, but how's it going, Mr. Pale Rider?
It's going.
Well, let's add Jeff to the stream. We got Jeff in here.
What's going on?
Jeff.
Oh, let's see. Let's take care of these weird trolls that come in here lately. You know the market is crazy when the rates are that high on Uber. Stuart, I agree. That's what it was. It was an Uber load. I've seen an Uber load go 7,500 to go from here to the Pacific Northwest. So the Pacific Northwest right now is a really good area to go in and out of. It's a very unique situation. So Pale Rider, are you out of the snow?
Yeah.
Where you? Oh, you're in.
What's wrong, Pale Rider? You look tired.
I'm always tired. I'm old and tired. But yeah, I finally got out of this. I left out of there yesterday morning. Made it back to Little Rock. I'm on my way to North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what? That's another lane I could put you on, Pale Rider, from Springfield to Carolinas to back. That's easy. That's an easy $6,000.
I'm not going east of the Mississippi. I'm not going
I was
east
looking
of
at
the
a
Mississippi.
load. I was looking at a load out of West Coast, Steve, for $14,000.
Say it again, Jeff.
And
I was looking for the team. I was looking at a load out west for $14,000 coming back.
Oh yeah, that reefer rates for a team right now are just insane. Insane. Those guys are going to do very well.
Yeah, we'll see what they get on Monday or Tuesday. So I don't know exactly when they're going to be there, but.
So Jeff, are you in the middle of some snowstorm? Are you getting beaten up there?
Oh no, didn't look outside. You want me to go
you
look?
Didn't Uber today?
Oh no, it was no snow today. Now, when that team came Friday, it was below zero, and I'm out there undoing their arm on their dump valve so I could get them in the barn. That was fun.
They had one of them Snyder trucks that they don't give them dump valves. I don't know what's up with that. Why doesn't Snyder? You pay all that money for that Snyder finance truck, and they don't even give you a dump valve. What's up with that?
Well, we got to look at their ELD. I think we got to get them a new cable.
Uh-oh. They having some issues?
Well, I used the one that was in another truck because I had two, and I said, well, I could just put a new one on. But he said, that should be all right. But, yeah, it's got an issue.
Oh, okay.
So I might have to send them a cable.
I haven't gotten any alerts, so, like, are they – okay, so.
No, they just got to put their self on drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's because it shows everything else. It's just not. So it's got to be the cable.
But
just go back to paper logs, Jeff.
Yeah, paper it. They can paper it.
Yeah.
But
it's make your safety man really go crazy. Have to keep up with all the paper logs. I need you to scan the last 7 days of your logs, driver.
Yeah. There's some aspects of paper that I miss. I mean, I'm not saying that I ever did anything illegal because I was a perfect saint when it came to paper. But I know a guy that, did very well on paper. It was very similar to me and it was, but what I didn't like about it was when the dispatcher said, "Hey, you got an overnighter load going," and he expected you to make it happen, right? I don't miss those days at all. I don't even do that to myself as self dispatch.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Well, they had to shut down an arrest area because the road's closed on I-80.
oh,
But other than that, hey, you want to pay my Verizon bill, Pale Rider?
no.
Sure.
You send me the money?
Cash out me the money and I'll pay it for you.
You cash app it for me?
With a small fee.
He wants me to.
Convenience fee.
You gonna send me the cash app?
You got to send it to me first.
Yeah, that's how it works. Just like if you want a black rain, Jeff, you got to send me your credit
Send me
card.
$sign BRN. Come on now.
It's kind of like money laundering. You got to send me the money with a small fee, and I'll clean it up for you and send it right back to you, or to wherever you want me to send it to.
Well, send me an application, and then you won't have to worry about it. You'll make enough money.
An app of what? What's the application? An app on my phone, you mean?
Yeah, Snorelord can dispatch it.
When's the light trucking app coming out?
That's a
It already is
that's a
out.
good question.
I never got a notification.
Yeah, it's called AXIS.
Well, anybody can use that, right?
Yeah,
It's just
No.
not exclusive to light trucking, is it?
No, you can use it if you pay for it.
Pay for an app? No, thanks.
Well, what do you want an app to be?
Free.
Tail Rider. You tell me what you want the app to be, and we'll see if we can make it.
I don't pay. I don't think I got all these apps on my phone. None of them I ever paid for.
Well, what do you want? What do you want
I've
the app to
paid-
look like? And I'll make it for you.
I'm a cheapskate, man.
Jeff, you could make an app. I mean,
I could.
I've paid for Tiny Scanner Pro. I highly recommend that one. I paid for this concealed carry. It was like $2. So you can look up the states for concealed carry, and then I want to say I paid. Oh, I upgraded my police scanner app because I got tired of the ads. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
They
I
get you
pay
with
for
them
all kinds of apps.
Which scanner
I pay
app
for
is that?
eFax.
Snorelord.
Tiny Scanner, and you have Tiny Scanner and you have Tiny Scanner Pro,
Is that
and that will
police
turn
scanner?
any picture into a PDF.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the police scanner apps.
No,
he's got a
police
police scanner
scanner.
app.
The police scanner app I use is
That shows how much I know.
Yeah, he was sitting on the floor the other day listening to the police scanner.
I can never get anything. I have 3
Don't-
police scanner apps, and none of them will pick up local police. So.
Tail Rider, don't you watch his Facebook page when he posts?
Yeah.
He was sitting on the floor the other day.
Scanner Radio Pro is the one I'm using, Pale Rider, and it'll let you type in whatever area. Now you live in a small town, so it might
is not even on any of the scanner apps. So I think my police department has done went they encrypted it or something. I don't know. I need to check into that. But.
That's
Right,
probably
Snorelord?
what's going on.
Right, Snorelord?
What am I doing?
I said if he followed your Facebook page, he'd know that you were sitting on the floor the other day, sitting there listening to the scanner.
I wasn't on the floor. I was on my recliner.
Well, you're in your recliner showing your nice.
Well, I'm not 5. I wasn't sitting on the floor.
No, reclined back. You were horizontal. You weren't vertical.
Well, yeah, my feet was propped up. I was in my house slippers, looking at all the pileups out on the interwebs and listening to the pileups on the police scanner. I heard someone was overdosing. It was a wicked day. but not.
Yeah.
But that's not telling Pale Rider. If he looked at your Facebook, he'd know you were on a police scanner.
I seen that post.
Yeah. But no, that's the only apps I paid for. Yeah, Robert, I put his comment up there. Scanner Radio Pro one time $2.99 purchase. There's not an app that I pay for monthly. Well, I mean, other than Lowboard, but other than that, that's just for the Lowboard. That's not for the app. But so it's just, and I pay for Trucking Office monthly. So, but yeah, you're not all police departments are allow their scanner traffic to be monitored, or the way scanner radio works is if there's got to be somebody that's willing to listen to that and put it up on the internet. So
Yeah.
So there's probably so you might be able to be the first one, Pale Rider. Grab yourself a scanner, police scanner, tune it in to your local police department, and you can. I don't know how that works. If you can be a provider, if you're able to,
I got the frequencies. I googled the frequencies for their radios. There's 2 or 3 of them, and I said, well, if I got a digital scanner somewhere at the house that's like 20 years old. I don't know if it still works, but I get a regular scanner radio, program the frequencies in to see if it works that way. I don't know.
Yeah. Uniden was showing off at one of the truck shows a CB radio that actually had police scanner on it. I was this close to buying it, but they didn't have one. I said, "You got one right now?" And they're like, "No." I said, "Well, how much is it going to be?" Like $400. I'm like, "Ugh, there's nothing in my truck worth $400." So, but I've been waiting for the market to come down on a little bit, and I thought about putting one in, but so that squeak is your wallet opening. Thematic Brit.
Yep.
So, but anyways, I received payment. Awesome. Thank you there, Mr. Like. Nevada Trucking and Trails, what's up?
Yeah, it's doing that. It's showing that DC thing on them, Steve. That's what it's doing.
Oh, okay. Well, they might have to update the app.
Yeah, that's what it's showing right now. It's showing DC.
Yeah, so what they'll have to do is log out when they go off duty, log out, and then go to the Play Store, update the app. Or if they're using Apple, whatever the Apple version of that, update the app and then re-sign in, and that should solve that problem. I don't think it's a cable issue. I think it's just that issue. So
Right. So, yeah. So after your feed, if you want to shoot them a message or something, I can try to get them.
Okay. Yeah, after my feed, I'll give them a call. Who's going to Matt's? Jeff, are you going to Matt's?
I'm going to Matt's. You know I am. Why wouldn't I?
I'll be heading to Matt's too, I guess.
Yeah.
I just got
I want to.
solo van from Idaho Falls to Virginia next week. Good deal, Teddy. That's a good amount, man. Like I said, there's killer money right now. Pale Rider TV, your town only shows fire, EMS, and country police. I imagine that
County, Lono County. Yeah.
Yep.
That's on all 3 scanner apps I have.
Yeah.
It's all the same. It's like they're all the same app, just under different names. They're all the same stuff.
What's the exact date of Matt's, Jeff? Let me look this up. Mid-America Truck Show.
Overtax. What mean hotel room? We don't stay in hotel rooms at truck shows. Stay in your truck. Get the
March 24th through the 26th. So,
but I want to go to Matt's, whether it happens or not. I don't know. It's been a few years since I've been to Matt's. So
it was fun. There was a bunch of us light guys. That's where we met Charles Anderson, and we had, I think 5 or 6 of us showed up at, from Like, were there, and and it was a good time. It was the first time I was there. I was supposed to go the year before. That's when I busted my leg, but it was a good time. It was I was glad I went, and so I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully they won't have a whole bunch of um, you know, mandate rules or whatever. So I won't
Yeah,
mind the
I'm just
mask,
waiting.
but if they require the jab, that's going to be an issue. So
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to cancel it again.
yeah,
So I'm not really making plans yet.
the
Trying to get up
website
there.
the website is saying 50-year anniversary worth the wait. So we'll see. They'll start. We'll probably. What was it? When was it last year that they notified everybody? Was it February? Because they
I
have to
believe
have a
Yeah.
certain point where they gotta. All the
Yeah.
sponsors have got to yank themselves out of there, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we should be hearing something. If they are going to cancel it, should come out.
Nevada, I don't know. I think the Stewart's the only one in this group that's going to Vegas. I walked into the Lavani, Michigan police station in 1979 to ask them for the radio frequencies. They told me to GTFO, but I met Mitch Ryder, the Detroit Wheels, in the lobby. Yeah, I
I thought,
mean,
is it police frequencies, public information? Well, it was 1979. They didn't.
maybe not in 79. Hell, back in 79, I think that they required you to have a license to use a CB radio, didn't they, back
Yeah,
then when they
yeah,
lifted that?
yeah. I, I don't know if it was that late, but it was in the 70s, I think, when they did away with that.
Too much
Yeah, that's
riffraff in the truck lot? Well, that's true.
That's the
Especially if
point.
you're hanging out with
That's the point.
light trucking. Yeah.
That's the
Okay,
point
Steve, so you
there.
need to go to the App Store and do what? Update.
Make sure they're logged out. Make sure their truck is on.
Yeah, that's right, Robert.
And update the app and then re-sign in, and that should solve that problem.
I thought about police scanner radios back in the day when I was a youngster, which that was a long time ago. You used to get the scanner radios where you had to buy the little crystals thing.
Oh
You
yeah.
had to buy that certain frequency, whatever frequency you wanted, and you plug it in inside the radio and had like so many channels you could listen to and them little lights in the front. Man, that was the old school scanners. I love them things.
Do
They don't
do
make
the new
those anymore.
scanners, do they automatically scan? So like, could I go to the store, buy a police scanner, and just set it up and
Yeah,
we're good? I don't have to program it, right?
you can program what you want to listen to in your area, or you can just hit whatever and just let it just keep going on every frequency. See if something
Okay.
hits. But you can, if you know the frequency, you can just put it right in there and
Okay. My
hit
dad used
scan.
to.
It'll scan between that and the next one you put in, and the next one, the next one, the next one.
My dad used to run with a police scanner because he would learn about Rex. I mean, it's before all the Googles and all that. He would learn about Rex before the CB radio would even know. And like, there's been a couple of times where he get passed by a police chase, and then he'll turn on the scanner. But my dad had this. He could go down the road listening to music, the CB radio, and the scanner traffic all at the same time. That was something that I grew up with. We always had a scanner on in the background.
What kind of scanner did he have? He had one with you had to put your crystals in.
I don't remember. I mean, I had it
know
at one point, so
I don't know when they came out with the digital scanners and all that. I'm not sure. So
it was towards the end of his career. It was like the last couple of years of his career. So, but yeah, it's Radio Shack had all the frequencies.
yeah.
It's public. So
Yeah, that's where we used to go to buy the little crystals. Was Radio Shacks.
yeah. There's still a couple of Radio Shacks in a couple of these small towns around here, if you believe it or not. Chucky's going to have an Airbnb at Matt's. So.
Oh wow! Need to send me the address. Text me the address, Mr. Charles. I'll tell you if it's a good neighborhood or not.
Yeah. Chucky will have an Airbnb in the hood.
I was born and raised in that area, so
Were you driving? You driving your car down there, Snorelord?
I don't know. I haven't decided on that yet.
No.
Depends on how good my pick.
No.
If I do it, no, well,
No.
all my friends want me to bring the big truck up there, but
You got to get a load to Louisville or somewhere in that area. Then the day of the show ending, you got to get on that
You
load
can
board,
hey,
find you a load, and
if
get
you
the
don't want to
heck
stay in
out
the
of there.
if you don't
That's
want
the
to stay in
only
the
way to do
hotel,
it.
you don't want to stay in a hotel. You can sleep in the top bunk in Pale Rider's truck.
That's right. Then everybody can get together after getting their load out of there, and they can brag about who got the best load. I got this load going to wherever, and this load going here, and it pays this much, and y'all can compare and everything. And yeah, see, it's a big
But if he
party
drives,
get together.
stays in the motel, then the day he leaves, we go out to breakfast, and he gets to drive back home.
Yeah, Provost is going to be hanging out in the Volvo. Yeah, Provost drove his personal car up there last time, but
Yeah.
yeah,
we can have another get together and.
Oh yeah, put 6 more people in his truck and do a live stream.
6 people.
Because Alex will be there, right?
He's
He'll be in there.
Yeah, we had him and his wife were in there. Me, Provost, Snorelord, and I think Jason Perry was in there, and Mr. Charles, I think, right? Was that the ones that were all in there?
The load I ended up getting, I think it delivered Thursday morning, and I still had the deadhead to like 150 miles from Indiana to get to Matt's. And then I didn't do my homework, and so I found the load out of Lima, Ohio, which I thought was only 120 miles from Louisville, and it picked up Monday. And I was booking some Click and Go because I didn't book anything before the show, right? You want to book ahead. And I ended up deadheading like 230 miles together. So all in all, I probably deadheaded, 450 miles total. So, on both ends. So that's why I was considering a personal vehicle. But
Mr. Charles, I was getting ready to say, don't answer John Armstrong's question. Ask him where Matt's is at. And Mr. Charles had to go answer it. Damn it. I missed it. You got to ask where Matt's is at. Something's wrong, Mr. John Armstrong.
Well, give John a break, man. He's new. He's driving around with this.
He's not new. He's my age. What do you mean new?
He's new. He's new.
I know.
He's new. He's not an old hand like you and Jeff are.
I'm just messing with him. I hope he knows that. I'm just picking on him. That's all.
So we're talking breakfast. Yes, if you show up, Dave, Jeff will buy you breakfast. There you go.
Oh yeah, where at Waffle House?
No, man, it'll be a big tax write-off for him. He's the boss.
Well, we can fill up a Waffle House for sure.
Yeah. Why not?
What's wrong with Waffle House?
Yeah, Jeff picked us up. I think it was what was it? Me, James Bass.
And Cool Trucking. That's funny right there. That isn't meant for me. That's funny.
See, Jeff picked. It was his wife. It was James Bass, Mike Mentor, Harold. Jason didn't make it in time. Me, and then all the people from 123 and Thunder Funding. It was a good time.
Oh yeah.
And it took them like 3 hours to do our meal. Remember that, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
3 hours. Wow.
Yeah. It was
it was. But they took like $50 off the bill. It was. But no, it was a good time. Now, it wasn't as cool as I had heard the year that I missed. Like the year I missed, they're going to Guy Fieri's restaurant, and they got spoiled.
You missed
I missed out on all the fun.
But you won't miss it this year.
No, unless I do something stupid.
But
yeah, Provost complained. Provost, you got to buy him breakfast now too.
Oh,
I remember.
yeah, that's no problem, man.
I'm sure you. I can't even speak. Do you remember Gats that one year, Snorelord, when you got invited to the Road Pro party, after party,
Oh, the
whatever?
Road Pro
Yeah,
thing.
he had to
Yeah, I
cook
brought
for
you with
him.
me.
Bring one guest. So he asked me to go. So we had a good
Yeah.
time, man. They had some good food and
That was good food. We went downtown Dallas and ate Mexican
it was
food with
down.
all
Yeah,
the big wigs over there at Road Pro.
it was right downtown too, down there in the J.R. Ewing area and all that stuff.
Yeah, Kim
What?
Kim is always taking care of us. What's my favorite fast food? Anything with burgers, like
Did you text it to me, Mr. Charles?
um, burgers are the best fast food on the road. So, but I usually just get the buffet to go. That way, I can just get just the meat and vegetables.
I'll check it later, Mr. Charles. I don't want to mess up the stream here. Oh, wait a minute. This is Snorelord's stream.
Yeah, Snorelord Street.
Man.
Did you forget, Pale Rider? This is my show. This is my show, Pale Rider.
Yeah. Well, I'm working. I don't know about you guys.
Working?
Yeah,
Working.
they got me working.
Yeah, we got
you
a couple
put
of trucks
comment.
out there.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Charles. I didn't know you gonna put it in the chat.
And
You
the guy
said
just
Louisville-
sent me a rate con, so I got to get busy.
Louisville, TA. There's no Louisville, TA. Closest name, John Armstrong. What's wrong with you, man?
He's all messed up. Yeah.
Closest TA Petro is the one down in Glendale. Exit 86 on 65. I think.
John, yes, you can be. If Thomas Delora has a great video of these different fast food joints and what you can do for a keto or low carb on the road. So remember, I lost 120 pounds as a truck driver, so it is possible.
I don't see it, Mr. Charles.
Yeah, Pale Rider, forget that he's not the star of this show.
That's right.
Here, we'll
He's trying to take over.
I'm just so used to doing a live stream and Snorelord being the guest. Now I'm the guest, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, we'll just take over.
It's kind of strange.
I wasn't a guest last night. Pale Rider was completely solo, showing off his JB Hunt videos and everything else.
I did it solo. So I'm gonna do a solo one this week just to see if I can still keep a crowd by myself. So it went all right. I was pretty happy with it.
You did good. It got kind of chaotic the week before with we had 15 people in there or something like that. 15 people in the stream.
Yes. It's very hard to control that. And you got people chatting, asking questions in the comments, and you want to answer questions to somebody, and it's hard to keep control of that with all the people in there. You can definitely get carried away, that's for sure.
Look at John giving up on us as usual. Good night, John.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the TA in Nashville.
Hey, you know it's good rates
John
out there.
always goes to bed early.
When you come out of Denver for way over $2 a mile, it's good rates.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a guy just sent me a rate con coming out of there for way past that.
Will you stay up all night on the load boards and stuff, Mr. Like? Studying?
No, I don't sleep.
Do that?
Working. I had to work.
The only loads you're booking at this time of night are Uber, Convoy, maybe JB Hunt if you like their rate. Usually JB Hunt, you got to talk them up, but
yeah.
But yeah, click and go, man. 24/7 booking.
24/7.
JB Hunt has to get pulled up a hill with a Dodge 4-wheel drive pickup truck.
Yeah, see that guy. If that guy was smart, he'd contact Dodge and say, "Hey, give me a free truck if I do a commercial for you. Look what I did here," and
Yeah,
you can
that's
brag
what
about,
that's what that state trooper said. He goes, "Have you a good Dodge commercial?" I said, "Yeah, I would."
Pale Rider. I wanted to make this comment last night, but I didn't. But
You
it was
should have.
funny when you asked the cop if it was okay to film him, and then
He
you
was-
interrupted him before he could answer
I
because
know.
they're like, "Hey, do you mind if I'm filming you?" So anyways,
No, that's right. Yep. I
you
called
were
myself
very.
out on that too. I called myself out on that because I was watching the replay and I was saying I asked him a couple of questions on camera and then just go right into the question. But if you go back and check the video when I asked him that, he doesn't say yes, he doesn't say no. He just kind of goes, then I started in and I
You
kind of
didn't even give him a
hesitated
chance to
because he
answer.
looked at me. Yeah, I know it. So
He was like, well, anyways,
yeah.
Pale Rider. I see a
That
lot of
was
people don't realize this. Pale Rider is a troublemaker. He harasses the cops. He gets kicked out of shops. He challenges people in the parking lot for driving too fast and using their Jake brakes in the parking lot. I mean, Pale Rider is a real go-getter. I've hung out with him a couple of times. We were both at the Loves in Searcy, Arkansas, and he was double checking my pre-trip for me. Remember that, Pale Rider? You were like, "Oh, look at you do a pre-trip, and wow, you actually open your hood. Look at that. Oh, look." He was
I
he
think
was
there's only
policing my pre-trip inspection at the Loves, Jeff. Can you believe that?
I
He's
think there's
trying to
only
take my safety job, Jeff.
Yeah,
there's
he's trying.
two of us. There's two of us that I know of that lifts hood on their pre-trip. That's you and me. 'Cause I know I do it. You do it, so I don't see it. You can sit in a truck stop all day and just watch people leave out, and they don't even open the hood.
Oh man, especially when you got an older truck like ours, man, you got to
Yeah,
open the hood
exactly.
both in the beginning and the end of the trip. So you got to open the hood.
It's the neighborhood on the other side of the tracks.
Well, fellas,
next to the
I'm
parking
out of
lot.
here.
Well,
So Jeff, do I need to call
okay.
those drivers or?
I think
I
you're
sent
right
him a
there.
message on Samsara, so maybe they'll get it.
Okay.
I sent him a
All
message
right,
telling
Mr.
him what
Light.
to do. Huh?
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully that'll fix
You-
the problem. So, but Jeff,
Yeah, well,
have
you
a good
can just-
night.
You can just log in and check it later or something.
Okay, I will.
All right.
And if it's not fixed by the morning, I'll call him in the morning.
All right.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye,
All right,
Jeff.
Mr. Light. Have a good one.
Hey, Snorelord's buying all the food at Matt's. All right.
All right. Good deal.
Later.
Oh, he's probably buying.
Did you cut him off?
I accidentally hit the remove button.
Well, he already said good night, so what the heck? Oh,
Sorry
he's
about
back.
that, Jeff. You're back.
Don't be sorry.
No, I was just saying, Pale Rider. He said he'd buy your diesel too if you go to Matt's. I heard him.
Okay.
I'll do that for Pale Rider.
He can put on a
I'll give
light
him the
trucking
mats.
fuel card.
Look, Steve, you
Huh?
don't have to kick me out. I'll kick myself out.
He just came back. See what he did there? He did that just to spite you. Came back and left like that.
Nah, cool trucking. You're good. You guys are good. And I love that knife you guys got me. It was really cool. Chucky, don't down yourself like that. Cascade, I hung up on the boss, and then I brought him back, and then he hung up on himself.
That's right.
So,
Oh, he hung up on us. That's what he did. So not only did he insult his safety man, he insulted me.
I don't know what happened. I've got greasy fingers on the mouse there, Jeff. I don't know. I'm an idiot when it comes to computers. I have no idea what I did there. He came back to leave on his terms.
That's right.
Only because I let him, Cascade. Only because I let him. Oh, is Jeff still in here? Shh, shh, shh.
Shh. No.
Yeah. Hey, I look. I like collecting knives, and I looked that up, man. That's a pretty high quality knife you guys got me. So, but no, I appreciate you guys. We have some great contractors here at Like Trucking. Pale Rider.
Oh yeah.
I look. I know, Pale Rider. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna become Chucky's safety guy. That's what you're gonna do, right?
No.
Whoa, slow
Hey,
your roll there.
I don't know where this rumor started. Who started this rumor that I'm going to be a safety guy for Mr. Charles? There's no truth to that rumor, Snorelord.
No. Well, Pale Rider, it's good to see you. You've helped me kill an hour and 10 minutes. Can you believe that?
That's right. See, I got a knife.
Well, don't hurt yourself with it. Summit
Truck Group. Used to be
So-
Diamond International there in North Little Rock. That's why I got your hat on too.
Yeah, you're all about that Pro Star outfit.
It's
Isn't
free
that
hat
Summit?
as
Isn't
well.
that the group that was working?
Yeah.
No, that was Rush. We have a Summit here in Springfield. They've actually got some Pro Stars on the lot, but not Pro Stars, whatever they're calling now, LTs, whatever that is. They had quite a few trucks. I don't know what they're asking for them though. Show the knife, I got you. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do my impression of James Best. Hell Rider, take over.
Take over. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. Nah. Nothing's been set in stone with Mr. Charles over there at GNC Family Trucking, so everybody's speculating. Everybody's speculating on the future.
All right.
There's
So
been
here it is.
No, what is that?
Look how thin it is.
Dang. Can you get it open?
Yeah, I think I got the safety on it. Whoops. I'm going to hurt myself. And I'm going to
Don't hurt
blame you.
yourself.
Cool trucking.
Open it away from you.
I've already hurt myself with one knife. Where's the safety on this thing? They come oiled, right? There was a lot of oil on this when I opened it up. I'm an idiot. Hold on.
Good thing you're not invited to a knife fight. He's sliced up like ribbons right now. Yeah. Cool
I'd be
Chucky
screwed.
said, don't run with it, Snorelord.
Don't run with it.
See, it's got a little thing on the side of the blade that you can open it quickly.
It won't. There's a safety on it. I am really embarrassing myself. Hope you're happy, Cool Trucking. What the hell? I had this open earlier. I had to use it earlier. I'm going to hurt myself. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hurt myself with this thing. Just like the one I got in Effingham.
Damn Cascade, oh man. That's why you got it for you. That one is idiot proof.
It must be. Damn, I don't know why I can't open this.
What it must be child proof, Midwest Mike.
That is crazy.
Okay, Mr. Charles. I just got the text. I'll check it. But it's right there area you said it was. Yeah, that's right. You're right down there. Right there by the
I give up.
track and everything.
Don't run with it.
Rick
It's no longer
LP,
something
negative.
Springfield has bought out. If you ask them about the trucks, they say they're all sold, waiting to be picked up. Oh, okay, Nick. Yeah, a lot of these lots are putting their trucks out there, and then you go to ask, like, oh yeah, none of them are for sale. They're just there for looks. No, it is childproof. That's why you got. Dude, I had this open. You can ask the wife. I've had this open like 15 times. It doesn't help that it's all like greasy. Man. Well, I'm also paranoid about cutting myself with this thing.
Rick LP, that is a negative. Negative, sir.
I can't open this damn thing. If my wife opens it, I'm just going to give up, right? I'm just going to give her the knife.
How'd you do it before? I guess that's a dumb question.
Well, there's a switch on it. One of those knobs is a switch.
Is it like a Rubik's Cube knife or something, Snorelord?
Yeah, it's a Rubik's Cube knife.
That's what Cool Trucking is asking.
So here's what happened. They probably saw my live feed with you where I actually cut myself before the live feed. And they're like, well, we want to give Snorelord a knife, but we need to make sure he doesn't hurt himself with it. That's how they slash prices.
He wasn't talking about Snorelord.
Yeah, see, it's not just me. My wife's struggling with it too.
Well,
How embarrassing. I'm going to have to make this video private. Provost, I'm going to make this video private after this is done.
don't make it private. Send it over to the members only.
There you go.
I tried that, and no one ever, I guess I could since I've got the computer, but when I'm on the road, it won't do that from the phone.
Really?
Yeah, mine still says in beta form, and I don't have that, so I can't do members only. The only way I can do a members only feed from the phone is if I make it unlisted and only put the link in the community. But no one goes to the community posts. I think the trick with community posts is you got to use them constantly. Sage, he uses it like Facebook. I mean, he's constantly posting it there all the time, and so it's always in my home feed.
Yeah, I don't post much on the community page either.
No clue.
Once in a while.
It's magic.
It's magic. I washed it off earlier. I wonder if I didn't. Like I said, this thing was really. Oh, okay. I think I've got it. All right. Hold on.
How does it work?
Well, this is the switch. Ah! Ow!
Don't hurt yourself.
There. We got it.
All right.
We got it there. Cool trucking. Now, I'll just put this down before I make sure you
close it.
Oil.
Don't close it again. You know?
Just leave it like that forever.
I got this fixed blade knife from Cool Trucking.
Yeah, if it comes down to hand-to-hand close combat, you might need that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Look, I really did. I really did hurt myself with it. Look at that.
Dang.
Oh, man. So, yeah, thanks for the knife. Bill and Diane. I didn't break it. It still works. See, it's got this little switch right here, right? There's a little switch. It goes up and down, and I didn't have it in the right position. So in order to close it, you press down on that, right? And then very gently Doink. There you go. So yes.
Now open it.
Oh, God. There. Look, I did
All
it.
right, yeah. See,
Yay, I
see.
could use a knife. Yay.
If I wouldn't have had you open that, you probably would have never known till you get it back open again. Now you know. You're welcome, Snorelord. You're welcome.
Oh man. Some Dave goes, some safety supervisor.
Well, but
Hey, I'm the safety guy at like trucking. Here's how to hurt yourself with a knife. What you got there, Pale Rider? What was that?
that was the pad that similar to the one I gave you, but this one's been used, so I found it back there. But you brought that up earlier, and I pulled it out. But real quick, go back to what you was talking about. Even though you put stuff on your trucking software and everything, you still use the old school books. Let's see, I got my book too.
Nice.
I buy these little composition books at Walmart for like 50 cents a piece. And I fill them up. Got load information, miles, where I'm going, where I'm picking up, where I'm delivering, pickup number, trailer numbers, the miles, and all that stuff. So
Excellent.
I still do it old school. And I ain't got my little clip there where I can just automatically go to the load I'm on. Right there, I'm right there on it.
I use those clips.
Have to thumb through the pages.
This is how old school I am, Pale Rider. So those clips are great. So what I would do back before the GPS days, I would grab my atlas, and if I knew that I was going to need to go to a certain state on the fly, I would actually use those clips as bookmarks for the state that I needed them in. Now I very rarely have to use the atlas. I mean, I can go from California to Maine without looking at a map, but believe it or not, but you know, every now and then I gotta bust out the atlas. Jeff gave us atlases this year for Christmas from the insurance company. So Rick LP just went to a couple of restaurants and certain items are missing. We need to start loading up on emergency food. What's missing, Rick? I know that some restaurants are having some supply issues, but that's kind of been going on. I know a lot of them, like we actually went to a Waffle House about a month ago, and they only had like 6 menu items. You had the special order anything if you want anything out of the ordinary. So a lot of restaurants are limiting their menus because of either lack of staff or lack of availability on certain foods. I'm making some rainbow stew. Have you guys ever tried some? No.
Somebody asked me earlier when I got on here about broccoli. I said, why do they ask me my thoughts on broccoli? They should know my thoughts on broccoli.
The Pale Rider's anti-broccoli video was his biggest video budget ever.
I know. I actually spent money on a frozen package of broccoli just to make a video where I'm cutting it up all fine, getting ready to whatever. End up scraping it right to the trash.
That was a good video.
There's Shadow Wolf. He's in
Nuevo
Laredo. Nuevo Laredo's on the other side of the river. Are you in Nuevo Laredo or are you in Laredo?
Milk and coffee creamer, our store was low. Cool Trucking, dairy has been low on a lot of places. I have noticed that milk, cream, and butter and cottage cheese have all been kind of a struggle.
Sports, yeah, but you don't need the coffee creamer. Milk, yeah, coffee creamer. Nah, you can live without that.
I'll use half and half on like regular things. You can drink half and half. It's basically half milk, half cream. It's good stuff. Oh, look, Shadow Wolf's in the true south of the border. Look at that.
Well, be careful if you're on the other side. I don't probably have to say that to you, Mr. Shadow. I'm sure you know. Support your local
it's
farms. Go and buy a pig, and that's right. Buy your pig, buy your cow.
or go out and kill a
And
couple of deer. That fills your freezer up too.
maybe need 2 freezers or maybe 3 if you pig and a
I do.
cow.
We have 3 freezers. We've got 2 chest freezers and of course the regular fridge. But we've got. I've hit a few meat sales, and if you don't buy your beef at Walmart, you can actually still find it, and it's still fairly decently priced. So we've been going to local grocery stores for a lot of beef, but we've stocked up pretty good. So, um, have a good night, Nick. Thanks for coming in. But, anyways, so Pale Rider, when are you going home next?
My birthday, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
When's your birthday?
I gotta get this truck finished. I'm so mad, so depressed. It's so depressing. I had 3 or 4 payments to go on the truck. I had money in the escrow. Then all that crap happened to me up there in Kansas. And with the bill that high, and I'm in the hole of my escrow. Truck is paid off. I made my last payment this week.
Nice.
I still got to cover $4,000 in escrow, which shouldn't take that long because now everything, the way the leasing company works, if you're into good on your escrow is so many miles. Can't think of the exact numbers right now, but if you're in the negative, it goes up like a nickel a mile or something. So it shouldn't take that long to get that knocked out of the way without anything else popping up. So
do they have like an end of the lease bonus that they give you?
no. Yeah, they pat you on the back and put a little message on the Qualcomm. Oh, so paid off his truck today. Oh, good. Congratulations. You too can pay off a truck.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm going to record that and use that for a
Go ahead.
a clip.
Use more recruiting video.
So we'd like to welcome CalArc's newest recruiter here. Or
Central
Holland's newest recruiter.
I will
Holland.
recruit for CalArc, but they pay a bonus. They used to. I haven't checked in a while. I haven't been all into that here lately, recruiting for either one of them, because I don't know. It just...
It's hard to recruit. Are you guys seeing any? I mean, I'm sure there's equipment issues like everybody else is having.
I don't think so. I think they got a lot of trucks sitting around, what I can see. What I heard, at one time, we're at Central Holland, we had 700 or something contractors. Now I think that number is like half.
Oh wow!
So I don't know about the company side. But
Cool truck. And what you guys pay for that new fifth wheel? I had to replace mine on the Peterbilt. It's a funny story. So I replaced it on the Peterbilt, and I never hauled a load with it after it was on there because that's when I traded my truck in. So when I get to Kenworth, Schneider was like, that fifth wheel on the Kenworth is no good. So part of the price negotiation is I had them put the brand new fifth wheel that I just bought for the Peterbilt and had them switch it out with the Kenworth. So Tennessee Trucking, you guys are the best. Well, I'm glad I can make everybody laugh with my no knife skills. And Pale Rider makes us laugh. It's always great to do a live feed with Pale Rider. Pale Rider is awesome. He is one of my best friends. We've been friends since 2014. That's when we first met. I was driving that new 680 that the company had just put me in. We met there in Choctaw Casino.
Choctaw, yeah.
And
I'm still in the old International, not the Pro Star. I had
no, you were in the
Eagle.
Yeah, you were in because the first time we met up as me as an owner operator, we were in Rockwall, Texas, and that's where Ponzi met up with us. And I remember you were doing a pre-trip on my truck. You're like, I was like, hey, Pale Rider, look at my truck I just bought. And you're like, let me check this out. And he's like looking it over and like he was inspecting my truck, you know.
That's right.
He's kind of a he'll crack the whip on them pre-trips. So he
Well,
was
see,
he was looking at my truck like a judge would look at a show pony. That's what he was doing.
That's a show pony. Yeah. See, I used to train when I was with EPS, so I was a trainer, so I had to stay on top of them pre-trips. I had to make sure the trainees were doing pre-trips. I used to set up little traps to see if they would catch something in a pre-trip. Like I would put a bottle of soda or whatever between the tandems on the truck, in between the two tires or the wheels or whatever, right there, stuck it in there, and see if they would actually reach their head in there to check. Most of the time they wouldn't catch it, and I would say, "Are you sure you finished your pre-trip? Did you catch everything, or did you find anything?" No, I said, "Are you sure about that?" So they'd get out and start looking around again. And yeah, I was
Look
strict.
at you, man.
I was strict on my pre-trips.
I got a training story. You want a trainer story from me?
Yes.
So you remember? Well, I won't say his name on the live feed, but it's somebody that you know. It's an old friend of ours. He was one of my trainees over at Transland, and they're empty. They're one of their trailer lots. It's very hard to get in some of their spots because it's a little bit too tight. They've recently widened it, but anyways, I made sure that I gave him a slot that was impossible to do in my truck, just to see how he would react. And so I got out there and I helped him back in, try to back in the slot, and I'd have to say no. And after the fifth time, he gets out of the truck and he got really irate with me. He was like, "You need to tell me how to do this because I'm not seeing it." I mean, he was mad. I said, "What's the safest thing you can do right now?" And he's like, "Quit." I'm like, No. What's the safest thing you can do right now? And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Don't do it." I said, if you're at a customer and you can't maneuver that truck into that spot, don't crash the truck trying.
That's right.
I said, let a day cab do that. Pay the yard guy $20 to do that. See if they'll give you a different dock. And that I did that one time. I was at a place in outside of Nashville. I couldn't get in the dock. There wasn't enough swing room. So I went in there. I said, "Look, dude, I can't make it in that spot. You got to give me door 22. He's like, "Fine." So I got in door 22 because it was a double wide, right? So
trucks get in there all the time, all day long. Trucks back in that spot. Yeah, right.
So this Averett day cab comes in here and he gives him the door that I originally tried. Guess who hit the trailer because he didn't have enough swing room? The Averett guy. So the Averett guy with the day cab couldn't do it. I definitely wasn't going to do it.
That's right.
So, but yeah, I mean, the safest thing is to not do it. Don't panic. Don't get angry. Don't react. Just like, look, I can't do that. And if it's the only dock, if it's your only option, like you're, having to back down a narrow alley like in Chicago or something, then, you just got to have some patience. You got to take your time,
Yeah, don't panic.
Yeah.
Keep your cool.
Yeah.
Keep a level head and just try to get it done.
Yeah, Shadow Wolf, you're going to be in pain later if what you're saying is true.
Yeah, that was funny what you said about that. Speaking of food.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the labor is on a fifth wheel. It's about what I paid for mine. I got a good discount on mine because the shop. See, the type of fifth wheel I had on the Peterbilt was a in-cab release, like what yard dogs have. Well, that gave out, and so you can't find replacement parts for that particular model. So they just put a new plate, and it took them 2 weeks to do that because there was a miscommunication. And so they paid for half the plate, and then all I had to do was pay labor. So my fifth wheel change out was only about $2,000 at the most, or like $1,500 or something for a brand new fifth wheel. So
Didn't you have to change fifth wheels or something when you went to Schneider or something? Didn't
Your, your memory sucks, Pale Rider. I just told that story like 10 minutes ago.
there you go.
So we'll go into more details, but I was delivering a load in Neosho, Missouri for Schneider, and they said grab an empty. I was dropping the trailer. Well, I couldn't release the trailer at all. And so after a little bit of fighting and everything, and this was in January, I finally got the trailer, and I called up Schneider and I said, hey, you're going to have to take off this pickup empty because my fifth wheel's not working. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, look, I know how you guys are on the fifth wheels. I'm not risking it. So like, okay. So I put the truck in the shop, got the new fifth wheel put on after about 2.5 weeks, and then bought the Kenworth. I never hauled a load with that new fifth wheel. And so when I traded the Peterbilt in, I found out that the Kenworth had the wrong fifth wheel that Schneider would allow because they only allow certain fifth wheels. So I ended up having them switch the fifth wheels. So I got my new truck and my new fifth wheel. So, and didn't have to pay for the labor. $2,000 for all that? That's not bad.
Yeah, that's right, Shadow Wolf. Is that my age showing? I must have been laughing to reading somebody's comment. I don't remember hearing the Schneider fifth wheel story. I'm sorry.
You were too busy recruiting for Central Hauling.
Oh, yeah.
No. But all right, Pale Rider, it's getting late. You probably have to go to bed.
I'm not John Armstrong here, so.
But
all right.
But it's time for me to go. Pale Rider, thank you for coming in, man.
All right, no problem, man. I was just waiting for that link to pop up. I said, as soon as that link pops up, I'm clicking on it. Go terrorize the Snorelord channel for a while.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was fun. So, guys, thanks for tuning in for the weekend live. I'll let you go, Pale Rider. Say bye, Pale Rider.
Bye, Pale Rider.
All right. Look at that. So, anyways, guys, thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the members. And thank you for everybody that's come in and hung out. And thanks to everybody for making fun of me for my knife. And I appreciate that. You know, it's through struggle that we become stronger. It's through suffering that we become wiser. So, or we hope. So, with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. We'll have more open forums in the future, and look for some interviews from me since I won't be driving as much. Guys, be safe out there on the roads, and just take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Peace.